The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Let's get your weekend started on Fridays with your one and only new host, Denise. Bringing you amped, raw, and fun energy to entertain as you end your week to welcome your weekend. Denise will bring new friends, celebrities, entrepreneurs, topic experts, musicians, foodies, local events, news, and much more to educate, celebrate, motivate, relax, and relate. As she says, let's make your mess your message. So let's get this party started. Here's Denise.
Calm, collected, needing a drink to end a long day, or maybe to start your vacation right? Gubba Rum is here to let you kick back and do just that. Inspired by a technique that dates back to the 1800s, these artisanal, organic, and naturally infused rums are made from pure cane and the finest fruits, spices, and herbs the world has to offer. Gubba Silver is infused with naturally shredded coconut, and Gubba Gold is infused with real vanilla bean. Simply shake and enjoy. Visit gubbarum.com to find the nearest location to buy or enjoy. All establishments have personally reviewed and enjoyed firsthand the wicked smoothness of Gubba Rum. 35% ABV and 70 proof. Gubba Rum, it's wicked smooth.
Hi everyone, Denise here, your Power Up Radio TV show. I am so excited about this evening's show that I actually had to control myself laughing. Already met our guest here and we were just going at it, but I want to let you know that tonight's show is going to be super special. I know that it's Easter, Good Friday. And we are going to be also having some discussion around that, but some really good laughs. As you know, the goal of my show is to go ahead to make sure that I close your week out into a high energy and roll you into the weekend to give you some good energy and have some fun and things that we're going to talk about today and have some good laughs. I also have with me Joe Rubo. You should know who that is by now.
Hey.
Joe has been coming on and talking with us and has been really a great asset to being a co-host with me. And Joe, thanks so much for jumping in.
Love coming.
It's right up your alley.
Love being here.
Yes, I know you do. So once again, Joe, tell everyone who you are and what you do.
My name is Joe Rubo. I'm an actor, known for a famous 80s movie called Last American Virgin. A lot of you are probably too young, but a lot of people do know who it is. And I was a creator of a television show called VIP TV.
And you know what? That's coming back to life, and I think you're also having
October.
In October, you're having VIP come back, or is it going to be the reunion?
The reunion's coming up this summer.
Okay.
Also got a celebrity boxing match coming up June 11th.
You're going to be in it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. The night before my birthday, he's going to be
yes.
in the boxing match. So we'll have to talk more about that.
Yes.
Absolutely. But really, the most important part of what's going on today. So, you know, today is Good Friday, and for many of us, it is a day of quiet. And but I know that I had a little bit of a challenge saying to myself, should I go on tonight, not go on tonight? But I'm thinking, you know what? At the end of the day, it's all good stuff. We will make a lot of happiness out of this because you know what? Sunday is a great day. So with that said, I'm going to bring on our guest for today. You may have seen who that is. So I have on here two individuals who are the dynamic duo of people who they've been making laugh for years. They're also a unique brand of the comedic, growing up Italian comedy. I mean, it's just hysterical. What you don't know about me, we're going to get in there in a minute. But it is hilarious, and it is Italian-American comedians that both of you are going to really just give us some really fun stuff to talk about tonight. We have some videos about what you've been working on, what you're doing, and how you do it. But the most important thing is that for me, I want to talk a little bit about each of you individually. Who's who and a little bit of your backstory, how you met, because we want our audience to always walk away with a vision of who you guys are. And so that when you come down here, and I'm going to make sure that we get you on the right venue so we can get you packed and people can hear your story, your show, your everything, because all I know is that on the way up here, I was dying, laughing, hysterical, crying from hearing all the shows that you've done. So with that said, I have here live today with me the Uncle Louie. You know what? I'm going to have you guys tell the story. So we have the Uncle Louie Variety Comedian Show. Is that right?
Yep. Yeah, the Uncle Louie Variety Show, yeah. Actually, just starting out, this was it was crazy because we just started doing little videos for our family and friends before we went out to go to the bar.
Right.
And it was just a little 5 minutes, and that's how it exploded. People are like, "Oh, you're my Uncle Vinny. Oh, you're my Uncle Paul. Oh, you're my." Really? Okay, we'll just keep doing it, and that's how it exploded.
To go back to your first question, we'll introduce ourselves.
Yes.
I'm Carlo Russo.
And I'm Lou Greco.
And we're the
Here
Underdog.
with the Uncle Lou show.
We're always like on stage.
Who is Uncle Louie and Pasqualino? Because those are your pseudo names as you are performing
Yep.
on your comedy shows. Who's who?
I am
Who wants to
Uncle
start?
Louie. He is Pasqualino.
Right.
Uncle Louie is a mixture of my father, about 90% my dad, and 10% my crazy uncles and my nonno.
Pasqualino's pretty much the same way. Pasqualino, when he first started, he was very like Jerry Lewis, kind of animated, not real. But he's kind of dwarfed into my father. Dwarfed into my father.
Virtually, he's morphed into your father. Is that what you're saying?
He's morphed into Pasqualino has turned into my father. Yes. So I wanted to make him more real because we do have a storyline to our to the variety show. Where, for instance, Pasqualino and Uncle Louie, they're brothers, and then the two ladies that are in the videos that we play, Tia Rosa is the sister, and Tia Maria, which Louie plays, is married to Pasqualino. So it's a whole family kind of affair.
What a lot of people don't know about the stage show is not only we have Uncle Louie Pasqualino, we have the characters, the sketches, but we do a fair amount. We do stand-up. We got two different stand-up acts, me and him. Then we go into the sketches. We do songs. We put 2 hours on stage, and it's constantly moving fast. So we wanted to make like a Carol Burnett or Dean Martin show again.
Love the
where you
names.
have a mixture
Yes.
of everything,
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen the stage show, it's a different animal.
Well, we're
So,
going to go ahead and show a small clip of the both of you in action. And again, it is just something that I want to make sure that our crowd, our audience that is listening and viewing. So for listeners, obviously you can't see what's happening, but I have to share with you, these are a dynamic duo of comedic act around the Italian life. And they are going and stand up, talk about how the different scenarios in an Italian family can actually go down and the drama that happens with it. So I just want to let you know, for the both of you, I was married to an Italian for 30 years. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yes, for 30 years. So I was very well indoctrinated into the lifestyle of understanding what it's like to sit down at the dinner table on Sundays and, someone getting hit on the right side of the table and somehow on the other side of the table someone got smacked. It was just like a Sopranos experience. But 30 years of
We're always
doing this.
getting hit.
My mother-in-law, may she rest in peace, she was very, very interesting. She taught me everything I needed to know to make sure I cooked the same way that she did. And in fact, it wound up being I was the only one that she would trust cooking and washing the lettuce. I don't get that. But it was like I was the only one that could wash the lettuce right. That's what she
You
said.
did good. Wow, she trusted
I
you.
did.
That's
I
nice.
ranked up high.
I gotta ask.
You have to ask.
The two people that were about to show, these are them, right?
Yeah.
These are them. Yeah.
These are some very
only us.
strange looking women.
These strange-looking women happen to be strange.
we
Look at
see we're pretty.
these are the Zias, which
I
means
gotta-
in Italian,
I'm
nuts.
being nice. Strange is a nice word.
It's true.
I'm sure you're beautiful.
That's true what they say about Italian. No, these aren't dimples. These are dents.
I have to say that having been married to someone that it was in the Italian household was very, very interesting. I learned a lot in the process, and I got very well assimilated into the lifestyle of being married to an Italian. And there was not a Sunday that I didn't walk home, I shouldn't say that, we drove home with a lot of stories, whether it was gossip or hilarious comedy. And, who got hit, who didn't. It was just one of those kind of shows. But I think
Every
you can
Sunday.
get that every Sunday.
Yep.
So Joe cooks every Sunday.
Yep.
You do. Right.
Good for
Do you guys
you.
cook on Sunday?
You
Who
get the
cooks on
family
Sunday?
over there?
Huh?
I don't know.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I'll put the sauce up in the meatballs and stuff, but
We
not
cook-
every Sunday. My mother's still around, so
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Me too.
But
There's
the
one
question-
thing about mom's cooking. It's like, pasta con broccoli, which is pasta and broccoli. It's like a signature dish, that my mother makes
With
and
cappatelli.
my aunt makes with the
Cappatelli.
cappatelli or the boutais or whatever. And then she makes them, and when you taste them, all of the flavors infused in one, and it's just, so great. When I make it, you taste everything separate.
Yeah, but you know what? You know why? Because you try to,
It doesn't
you try
blend.
to go healthy. You try to go healthy. It doesn't put the oil. They don't
No,
measure.
but I do. But even if I do, I did. I tried. It's the same thing. It's like, okay, that's
They never measure. They don't have to measure anything. They know the perfect salt. They know the
Just
perfect
by hand.
ingredients. Exactly. They're like trying to do this and that. It's,
this is it. I call my mother. I'm like, how much? Just a pinch. A pinch of what? Like one, like two.
Pinch this.
Like, no, just grab it. Grab it with 2 fingers, and then she's getting upset, and I'm like, I don't want to talk to you anymore.
then you just order a pizza. Just order a pizza and let it go.
So I got to ask the both of you. Of course, I always go over a backstory. And Joe, I'm going to start with you. Well, actually, let me start with the both of you. How did you both meet?
Okay, so we met in ninth grade in high school. We were 14, 15 years old. We met in Italian class.
Italian
of course.
class.
We wanted to take a class that we didn't have to really do anything in. We're both bilingual, so
It's another study hall.
yeah, it was easy. So we got together. We would write jokes, and then the teacher would separate us, and we would find ourselves back writing jokes in
Always
the back.
writing sketches and
Yep.
jokes.
Then come back to my house. We would record them. We would put them on tape recorder back then.
In ninth
And,
grade, you were doing this?
Absolutely, without a doubt.
We were on like a cable access show. We
That's
used to
further
do-
along, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit later on, we started doing video. Imagine cutting VHS tapes. Yeah,
Oh
that
my
was a
goodness.
great editing. So we were doing that, and then we had to submit it, and every week we would be called, I think, Syracuse City is what.
Something like that. Yeah, we Syracuse City or Big City or something like
So
that.
ancient.
But it was. We've been doing it since we've met. We both have obviously the similar sense of humor, and we're Italian, and our parents knew each other, and so we kind of just. Well, we didn't do Italian humor. We actually wrote nothing Italian.
At
It was
that
just
time.
regular comedy. Yeah, it was nothing Italian. Actually, 10 years ago was probably the first time we kind of dabbled into the Italian comedy with Uncle Louie.
Yeah.
So it's been about over 10 years now that the character has been around. But before that, we just did regular comedy, mainstream comedy, as they would say.
We've only been touring
4 years, 3.5.
almost 4 years now. That's it. Our first show was in Sydney, Australia, which is weird.
For this
Yeah.
year?
We had a
Imagine.
Or
yeah.
10 years ago?
first show 3.5 years ago. Somebody called us from Sydney, Australia, and they said, we want to bring you over here.
Yeah.
And we're like, we have 10-minute sketches. They're like, no, you come over. So we wrote a 2-hour show.
Yeah.
We were so nervous, like, okay, we know what to do.
Would they
Let's
get it?
sit
Yeah.
down. We're so nervous about it. We wrote a 3-hour show in 2 hours, and we had to cut it down.
Yeah.
So it was so much. It was like, all right, we'll do this next year, So that's what we do.
So we had a show in Sydney and then Melbourne. 2 sold out shows.
Melbourne, Sydney, or Melbourne, Florida?
Melbourne,
No,
Australia.
Sydney, Australia.
Just
Australia.
making sure.
then we did Canada.
Then we did
We
Canada.
went to Canada, and then we did the States.
So the United States was the third country we
So
played.
you did it backwards.
We did it backwards.
It was good, whatever.
So
We didn't know any different.
you're all located in Syracuse.
Yes,
So technically you're kind of like
Syracuse.
Canadian.
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're-
so
yeah.
you were all
Here,
born and
don't come
raised
here.
there?
No,
Yes, we were born and raised here. And
no, I was born in Italy.
he was born in Italy. I was born here.
Ah, okay. So I'm going to actually put this out there. Anyone that wants to actually ask a question of our dynamic duo
Yeah.
of comedians here today, you would dial into 888-565-1470, and you can actually ask a question of myself or who we have as a guest art here today between Joe, and we have also Carl. So please make sure if you want, ask a question because we've got a whole
I have a
lineup
question
going on
for
tonight.
Joe.
What's that?
Can I ask Joe a question?
Sure.
Anyone? Yes, go ahead.
What's VIP TV?
It's a lifestyle television show here in South Florida. It airs on CW. Well, aired the last time we aired was 2018. So we've been in a little hiatus. We're coming back this fall. It's nice, like a nice variety show.
We're gonna actually get you involved in a lot of different stuff.
We're gonna get you guys on there.
Yes, we definitely will.
Variety show?
We're ready. We're
Yep.
ready.
We're ready. So
We're actually moving. Go ahead.
What? Okay, you're actually moving. Finish.
No, we're actually, that's what, we're talking about moving into the next, next level of, right now, it's great to be over, well, I think we're over COVID because I don't think anybody cares anymore.
No.
I think everybody's.
We're exhausted
we don't care.
over it.
Florida doesn't care. They never care.
You're right. You're talking to Florida right now. We're like the least that's most involved in COVID.
Yeah.
So, it's nice to see now everybody coming back out to enjoy the shows. We did a Boston show last month, I think it was a month and a half ago.
Yeah, about a month there.
Was our first show back. I was 2.5 weeks out of hip surgery, and I used crutches and a and a walker. I couldn't wait to get back on stage. They're like, "You're nuts." I'm like, "I don't care. Let's go. It was one of the best shows we did.
Oh, we had a ball.
We were just ready to get out and laugh and have a blast. So it was so much fun. Then we just did Philadelphia show. We had a lot of love down in Philadelphia. It's so great to see everybody getting back out and having fun again.
I can imagine you guys live. You guys have me in tears just watching the videos.
On that note, we're actually going to see if we can play a video,
Yeah.
so people can get a taste of what exactly to expect from this. Microwave. Let's do that one. The microwave. Yes, let's do that one because I got a question about that.
The microwave. Okay. I don't even know
What about
video-
Italian word of the day.
What about fatto no sandwich?
Yes.
Carlo, you called me up and said, Mama, I'm so hungry. I said, okay, come on, we're gonna make a nice lasagna. We're gonna make a nice everything. He said, no, worry. I'm just gonna take these things I got and put it in the microwave. Oh! What's the matter with you? Microwave? Look what you do to your hand. Why you gotta do the microwave? I like the pressure for you. You're making me like
Awesome.
Oh,
That's ridiculous. We're
So I
we're
love the fact
laughing
that
over
you
here.
guys take a word and make it what it is said in the household of a traditional Italian family that has broken English, let's just call it, and turn it into now something that is actually a comedic piece. And I've watched a number of other ones. I think some of my favorite, the microwave one was really funny. But I have a question for you. The one video you've done on YouTube, okay, because I've seen all the ones that you posted for, by the way, anyone that wants to watch the show on YouTube, where should they go?
The Uncle Louie Variety Show.
Make it
on
real
YouTube.
easy.
We made it easy everywhere. Uncle Louie, just search Uncle Louie Variety Show. We will pop up everywhere.
Okay.
You can Google Uncle Louie. We should pop up there. You can go to the UncleLouieVarietyShow.com. You'll see everything on the UncleLouieVarietyShow.com. And you'll be able to click on the Facebook and our YouTube right on from there.
Instagram, all that good stuff.
And tickets.
So I was actually seeing which video of yours received the most attention on YouTube. I think I know which one it is, but I'm going to let you tell me.
On YouTube, we had a couple of things. We had one where Uncle Louie it was a while ago. Uncle Louie was just screaming, fed up with everything. I was mad. I was angry. And it blew up. I swear it was I think it was 3 days to almost 700,000, like within 2 days. It was crazy. And then, on Facebook is normally where our hub is. That's where we started it all on Facebook.
Right.
So YouTube was kind of like a secondary. It's very early on YouTube for us right now. Yeah. But the Italian chicken dance,
Without a doubt,
is the number one video we have.
if you haven't seen it, please, all the characters are in it. The dancing in it, it's hilarious. We do it live sometimes. It's just that video. We put it out there, and it was going 100,000 every
Yeah, when we were on Facebook, it's now like 5-6 million,
Yeah.
7 million views.
But it was just every minute it was like updating 10,000.
Yeah, and other groups that we're attached with kind of created their own video from that,
Which that became
which we couldn't really control at that
Right.
point. But we didn't. They're friends of ours. Everybody, we talked to them, and they got like 1 million, 2 million views on theirs, and the other one got 1 million.
So
views.
altogether, it's probably like 10 million.
Yeah, I don't know. He's
That-
playing
that's just
chicken
amazing.
dance.
Wow.
10 million views on the chicken dance. But I have to say,
But we-
my favorite is Emma Fangul.
Which one is that one?
The
Oh,
song.
the song.
The song.
Oh, we love that.
That to
love
me,
it.
I mean,
And the
I remember
video.
that all day long in the house. And just people talking
It's-
about it, I do have that video because I wanted to show it, but I really wanted to touch upon how viral your particular videos have gone. And I have to share, before we went on the show, I'm going to say it live right now, that I had several people call me from Boston, New York, New Jersey that said, oh my gosh, you're going to have these guys on your show. And I'm like, yeah, we are. And it's a big deal. So do you realize personally what you've done and the impact you're having?
Not really.
It hits you certain times because we've been doing this so long, but it really hits you when someone inboxes us or tells us live, I've been through the worst part of my life, either with disease or a loss of a spouse or a child, and you guys have put me through this hard time. That's when it really sits us down, humbles us, and goes, oh my God,
Yeah.
this is something that we're doing. And not only for us, because we love doing this. We were doing this for free with no one watching. So when you hear stories like that,
Yeah.
you honestly, you're doing something where you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be doing
It's
this.
very humbling, when people our fans are the greatest people in the world.
Absolutely.
When we go to our shows, they are ready. The food, they're ready. We have food. But the thing is it's more like they know we're giving them everything we got on stage.
And we do.
But it's very humbling to understand and know that, we're in Detroit. For instance, there was almost 600 people. It was a sold out show. Okay. We drove in and I got tears in my eyes because we're looking at, he turns to me and goes, do you understand that 600 people dressed up and got ready to come out to see us tonight? And I was like a 5-year-old girl. It was.
Well, I have to say, I totally can understand what you're saying because this show is not only about sharing a story, but it is about the impact that whatever it is that you're doing at whatever level. I mean, if you're in celebrity, comedic, or athlete, artists, musicians, there is a part of what you're doing that is actually impacting others out there. And you feed off of that. You grow from that.
Absolutely.
And that gives you the humbling experience you're talking about, which I received too. Would you agree with that, Joe?
Yes, without a doubt. My grandma has been gone now a while, and some of my aunts been gone. And when I watch you guys, it just brings back memories. Like like my mom's the one. My mom's the one with the cleaner.
Oh,
Yeah.
The spring
That's the
cleaner.
thing that
is it a mopping? Do you call it a mopping? You know what the mopping is?
Yeah.
We celebrate growing up Italian. All the funny things,
Right.
all the things that make us laugh as kids and all the way through, we celebrate that. We have that in the beginning. There was some people are like, oh, you guys are making fun of people. No, if you haven't seen our show, we celebrate who they are. Those people came over here, gave us a much better life than what they had, and we celebrate who they are.
Right.
I would never want anything else.
The nice thing about our show is, like you said, a lot of the older generation has gone. The Zias, the Nonas, the Nonus.
Yep.
And it's so nice for us to kind of, in our way, kind of bring them back for
Exactly.
2 hours or on a video where people write all the time to us, go, oh my God, Uncle Louis is this, or Pasqualino's that, or Tia Rose is my mom, or Tia Maria is my aunt. So it brings us back to those times where maybe our kids, my 50-year-old, his 50-year-old, they're in it, but there's a lot of kids that are not involved like we used to be with our aunts, uncles, the immigration families, all that. So hopefully we're bringing that a little bit back. People are remembering it, passing it down to their kids now. and now kids are coming to our shows. We're getting younger and younger
Yeah.
great.
crowds to our shows.
Finally, right?
Yeah.
The
Finally,
numbers-
you got to
the one
keep the
thing is-
culture going. You have to keep the culture
Absolutely.
going.
And we tweak it a little bit too. We tweak our show because when we go into Canada, we speak Italian a lot more because everybody in Canada
Is Italian.
speaks Italian.
Yeah.
So you actually go ahead
Everybody.
and have a show that is actually in the Italian language.
No, it's more. We speak more of the Italian.
We get away with a lot more
So
words.
our show is the same, but maybe a little bit more Italian involved because they get the joke and the punchline when it's in Italian. Over here, we did our first year. We did one joke. We went out in the first half. This is how fast me and him work, okay? Because it's a lot of improv on stage too.
Oh,
We
yeah.
have everything, kind of. It's not even written. We just perform it in our heads, and we're like, okay, let's do it. But there's a lot of tangents that we go on. I trust him, he trusts me to go around, and and there's improv. You won't know.
No,
Yes.
You won't know
you
it
think
all.
it's written. Yeah. Or not.
But we do that. So first half, we said a joke in Italian that killed in
Yeah.
Australia. In Australia, they speak
Oh yeah.
fluent too.
Everybody.
Really?
It killed
Okay.
in Australia, killed in Canada. We come here and we had some chuckles and
It was more like awkward.
and we're like, first half ends because we do two halves in our show. First half ends. No more Italian.
We're done with that one.
punchlines, no more
Yeah.
Italian punchlines.
Scratch.
We keep it to the Italian swear words. Everybody gets those.
Easy.
But in Canada, we can free for all a little
You
bit.
can start. So we break it down. We break it down to get into our differences that we do. I come from more of. I immigrated here in 1972 from Italy, Sicily, and my parents never spoke English. They never learned how to speak English. So my
Even till
viewpoint
today?
is coming
And even
till today. They got worse, actually. They got worse. They now speak French. I have no idea how that happened. It's just what? No. So my point of view is my comedy or my stand-up comes from the child that had to grow up, bringing the parents to the doctors and translating and writing checks and doing all that. So that's where my
Which is
Group A. So I used to always say there's Group A and Group B. There's people that have parents that don't speak English, and there's Group B, which Luke can get into, is the broken English.
all broken English. My dad
That's
was
my family, yeah.
my mother spoke perfect English. She went to school here, even though she was born in Italy. But my father was all broken English for 40-something years. It's all I heard. Oi, get inside. Don't get lost. Don't bother me. Yeah, can I have $10? Don't bother me, esquimada. The way I grew up all the time.
So we have that differences. He's got the broken English. I've got the kid that grew up, have to do everything, and I see things a certain way. So it kind of works. You get a little bit of everything because there's still people in the audience that grew up his way, and there's still older people or people my age that grew up my way. So it kind of blends and
Great mix.
it's a nice mix.
So what you're doing is you're actually crossing generation of lines. That's what you're doing.
Absolutely.
And I love.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. We had a debate here several weeks ago, and I'm going to ask this question: Is it
Again with
gravy
this.
or is it sauce?
You gotta stop.
Yeah.
Again with this.
I can't take that. It's just like we're looking like, oh God, if these, it's on every stream we have.
Yeah.
Every
Oh, is
stream
it?
we have.
Well, you
It's
didn't answer
just
the
like
question.
Gravy to us
Say it. Is not
is brown.
is brown.
It's on turkey. Now, sauce is where we grew up,
That's
but
us.
in New York City, gravy is, I believe, is meat sauce.
Yes.
Right. Exactly.
Correct?
That is correct.
See,
That's what
sauce
Joe. Joe has confirmed that.
That's my explanation.
Yes. If you put the meat in there and you do it, yeah.
Usugo di pomodoro is sauce.
Right.
Usugo di pomodoro, that's sauce. Now, when you're talking about a ragu,
I can't believe we're
that's
in
with
this
meat.
I know.
Meat sauce
It always
is
comes
ragu.
up here.
Gravy is for Thanksgiving.
By amp2tv.square.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Let's get your weekend started on Fridays with your one and only new host, Denise. Bringing you amped, raw, and fun energy to entertain as you end your week to welcome your weekend. Denise will bring new friends, celebrities, entrepreneurs, topic experts, musicians, foodies, local events, news, and much more to educate, celebrate, motivate, relax, and relate. As she says, let's make your mess your message. So let's get this party started. Here's Denise.
Cool, calm, collected. Needing a drink to end a long day, or maybe to start your vacation right? Gubba Rum is here to let you kick back and do just that. Inspired by a technique that dates back to the 1800s, these artisanal, organic, and naturally infused rums are made from pure cane and the finest fruits, spices, and herbs the world has to offer. Gubba Silver is infused with naturally shredded coconut, and Gubba Gold is infused with real vanilla bean. Simply shake and enjoy. Visit gubbarum.com to find the nearest location to buy or enjoy. All establishments have personally reviewed and enjoyed firsthand the wicked smoothness of Gubba Rum. 35% ABV and 70 proof. Gubba Rum, it's wicked smooth.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back. So we actually wanted to go ahead and replay what we had earlier last week because we had such a great time with our guests from the variety show. It was just crazy to have them all on. We just had such a great time with them. I'm hoping that we can have them on once again and even maybe have them be part of our show. Who knows? We can get some really good entertainment out of it.
You want to grab a mic?
Oh, do I have to?
Bring it down a little
Oh, I'm told that I got to grab the mic. I don't know.
She's talking into the air.
Last time someone said to me, "Are you grabbing the mic?" That meant in a different situation. I'm not sure. So, yeah, we had a great time with them, and I'm glad that they were able to come back and be a part of our show. Joe and Lou, thanks so much for Carlo for being a part of the show. We'll be back to having you on really, really soon. So, you know what, Freddie? It is our time to catch up with everything. We have a lot to talk about. What's going on? We have so much more activities. But for those of you that are now just tuning in and hearing back Denise live, again, you can call in at 888-565-1470, and we're going to have an interesting guest come on. And as you know, one of the parts of my show is dedicated to charities, and there are some that are just more special to me than others, although they're all important. I just want to make sure that we dedicate and give back to those different charities that are making a difference for all of us, and just to give them a shout out and opportunity to talk about what they're doing, and an effort for you to support them as well. So, Freddie, we had a really long week. Denise had an experience of actually losing her voice. Yes.
Tell them why, Denise.
Tell them why. Oh, well, I'm actually probably going to have my tonsils out. Mm-hmm. So I actually have tonsillitis that keeps coming and going, and I understand it's a real serious surgery, but listen, I've been through a lot. It doesn't matter. But yeah, so I'm actually trying to preserve my voice as much as possible. But it was very interesting having to not be able to speak. As you know, that's what I pretty much do for a living. That was a hard thing for me to do. And it's something else when you open your mouth and try to speak and nothing comes out. Really, really hard. But I understand that's a man's dream. So I don't know.
Yes, bada boom.
That's right.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Well, there's nothing that can't say that I can't make up for it after the voice when it comes back. But
are you in a lot of pain now?
I'm not in a lot of pain. No, it's just it's just very irritable and it's very dry. So we'll see what happens. I'll keep you all informed on what's going on. But we have other things happening. So I know today is National Earth Day. Okay, so I said to someone, do I wear green today? Am I supposed to plant something today? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I did neither. But I just know that I can recognize that it is Earth Day, and it's very important that we preserve the very earth that we live on. And I think that's the premise of National Earth Day, is appreciating going to the beach and picking up all the nasty plastic cups and stuff. But kudos for them for doing it. I give them a lot of credit. But
you're supposed to put your feet in grass for 15 minutes today.
Are you for real?
Yes. And then you will be one with the earth.
Can I hug a tree and do the same thing?
You can. You can do that too.
If anyone's listening, let me know which one you would prefer to do: the beach, the tree, or would you want your feet in the grass and becoming one with all that it is?
Listen, I gotta ask you, jumping gears here, you have something here with pajamas. So I told people you were coming in pajamas today.
Yes.
You're dressed. You don't have no pajamas on, no inside shirt, nothing.
You know what? That would have been. I was going to do that, but we'll have to make sure that I make up some visual effect for that for those that are listening and actually describing what that looks like, and then also what it looks like when you're watching. That should be very interesting.
It should be. It could be a whole different setup.
Yeah, it could be. It really could be. But again, National Earth Day, a really important day. And did you know also today is also Barbara Walters.
Barbara Walters what?
Well, in 1976 is when she came out to being who she is and becoming a correspondent that changed the destiny of other women. That
You are the only person on the planet that would know that. I haven't heard that all day. I heard National Kindergarten Day. I heard Earth Day. Not Barbara Walters is.
Listen, we're in media, and women are really making some.
Now, did you know today is also Walter Cronkite Day?
Oh, are you serious?
No. Walter Cronkite.
Well, she actually became the national anchor on the news, and
she was an anchor, all right.
She was. But you know what? She was iconic. She really paved the way for utilizing women's voice in all. And she's met amazing, impressive, world-changing personalities.
Yes, she has. Have you ever met her?
I have not.
But you admire her.
But if I had to choose to go to dinner with someone,
It would be her.
it would have been her. At least one of. There's a few, but she definitely would have been one of my 10. Or at least maybe my top 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't believe we're talking about her during this whole pajama and Earth Day.
I'm sure she wore pajamas too.
No, she opened the lid and just jumped out, ready to go.
Oh my goodness. I bring this up because it is an iconic thing. We are in media, and one thing I am going to be sharing is that in my little research that I love to do.
Yeah, a lot of it.
Women are much more received in the media world in delivering news compared to their counterparts.
You mean men?
Yes, men.
Do you know there are more weather women now?
Weather women, yes.
And they're taking them pregnant, not pregnant, everything in between.
It doesn't matter.
Women deliver bad news better.
We do. We deliver bad news better. We do a lot of things better.
Yes.
but
Laryngitis is a gift.
Yeah. Laryngitis is a gift. It's God's blessing on women.
It's a gift that keeps giving.
Well, listen, I just really want to use this platform as just, an educational moment. And women in media is growing, but we all still are very, very small in the representation in totality of women in media.
You still think that's true?
Oh, absolutely.
With everything that's going on, everything that's going on right now? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah. So technically, if you were to look at the numbers from 2021, it does say that the number of women that own radio stations or own radio shows or TV shows like myself, we only represent about 8% of the entire industry.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Everything I turn on, the View, the this, the that, the bing, the bada
well,
boom,
yeah. Well, we
it's all
inched our
women.
way up to 7-8%. We got a long way to go.
Wow.
Got a long way to go.
There's no late night woman show. I noticed
See?
that. They only have afternoon shows.
Yeah, we have afternoon shows, but you're right. There's
There's no late night.
I'll volunteer.
Somebody get NBC on the air.
Wait a minute. Yes, exactly. Wait, who was the one that used to do the late show way back then? There was a show, wasn't there?
Not a woman
Doris
show.
Day?
No, Doris Day was like a comedy thing in the afternoon and late at night, but she wasn't a show.
She was late at night.
Yeah, she was.
She was late at night, yeah.
She's the Que Sera woman.
Yes, she was, yeah. But you know what? That's a very good point.
There is no late night woman.
No.
Comedian either. Now more women are doing comedy on HBO and stuff like that, but I don't remember anybody doing talk radio that's a woman.
Right. So putting feelers out there, anyone, we got to make sure that we're getting an even playing field. And I would volunteer. to see if you want to put me on the late night show. Can you imagine that?
Do you think women are just too intimidating?
No, we just deliver. I would think deliberately we can deliver, but also deliver with a sense of humor. And we just laugh differently. It's just more engaging, more receiving, more receptive, and approachable.
I've been producing your show for weeks now, and I noticed that guys that come in here, the guys, not the girls, the guys that come in here are a little intimidated. They look around, they see the set, they go, and they try to bring the A game, and they like they're fighting for the microphone. You've noticed that, right?
I guess a little bit, but I'm just navigating. I'm just navigating through the conversation.
You're so typical. I'm navigating. I'm not doing nothing. Meanwhile, the guys are
steering
tripping
the
over
conversation.
themselves. Okay.
Well, listen. I think one of the things that I've been told is that it's not having an interview; it's really having a conversation.
True that.
Which makes it, I think, a big difference in having, a discussion with someone.
Also, point of view. If you want more women in the business, your show should be centered around that point of view.
Yeah.
Highlighting women. Yep. Where women come out and what do they have to say? Because I know that you have a guest that's going to be, I'm looking at her right now, and she has dogs, and she's a lady, and she's ready to rock and roll. How you get these women to come forward so you can get that message to another platform, right?
Absolutely. In fact, this afternoon I did do an interview by the Global Chamber Trade the Global Trade Chamber, and that was an interesting platform. And we talked a lot about women entrepreneurial journeys, and that was a really great interview. And we'll talk about that another time. But the platform is to use a voice. The voice that I lose frequently for a number of reasons. The voice that I don't have that keeps going and coming. But yeah, we have a really great person we're going to have on the show. We're going to talk about this. One of my most passionate charities is animals. And I have a big heart. I mean, I can't be around them too long because I take them all home. And it's just terrible. I can't do that.
Well, if you need cats, let me know. I got a couple of them for you.
We got cats. Well, of all the animals that are out there, I will have to say that birds are the ones that I'm most fearful of.
You don't have any birds?
No.
I had cockatiels.
Oh,
I was scared.
Like Beretta?
Yeah, that's what I wanted. I was scared they are the meanest birds.
They look mean.
So he got out of the cage. He flew around the house for 3 months because I was not putting him back in there. He did anything he wanted. Until my neighbor one day came to visit me, he threw a net on and he captured it. Now the bird has been flying around for 3 months. The house looked like a pigeon coop.
I'm sure.
Oh my God, they can go to the bathroom like nobody's business.
They can. They're very dirty and messy. I have to share a really quick story, and then we'll go on to our guest that's holding. I actually, in my former life of what I did as a finance manager and whatnot, I had to go visit a client, and no one told me this. But however, I went in there, and there were birds everywhere to the point that you couldn't hear the person speak. And I was laughing so hard that I said, I'm sorry. I had to apologize that I was not drunk or anything, but I was out of control laughing because there was like 50 birds. And the birds were like parrots with the long tails and the colors. It was just, I left out of there in shock because it was just too much for me to handle. But be as it may, my favorite bird is a penguin. I love penguins. It is. I love a penguin. And I got a surprise, everyone that's listening. We are going to have a guest, and that guest is going to be bringing in, are you ready? Shake it down.
A penguin.
Oh, bring in a baby
An
tiger.
elephant.
We're going to have a baby tiger. That's
Here?
coming. Yes, we are. We're going to have a baby tiger.
My contract does not permit wild animal.
Well, it's a cat. It's a tamed cat.
No, it's not a cat. It's a freaking tiger. Okay, what are you, nuts? Is it going to be in a cage?
Well, it's a baby.
No, it's going to be, it's a baby. It's going to have a chain on and everything else.
It looks like
who's
a big
bringing
cat.
in a King Godzilla? Are you out of your mind?
No, we have residents here in Boca that own these kind of animals, and they're licensed to do it, and they rescue them. They're rescues.
Who's going to rescue me?
Well, we can talk about him rescuing you.
Wow. She's bringing in a tiger. There's got to be some kind of illegality in my contract about that.
It's a baby. Well, with that said, we're going to go on and move to tomorrow's event that we are going to be talking about. And this is a really great event. I have to say that this particular organization, this charity, known as the I Heart Animal Rescue. And we have a video right now that we're looking at that shows all these cute little dogs and cats and whatnot that are waiting for homes. And some of them do have injuries. Some of them were on their last legs, so to speak, and were rescued, and they were homes that were found for them. And they're just so
This
adorable.
is breaking my heart.
I know, it's awful. For those that you can't see, we are looking at these beautiful little dogs. We're looking at Ringo. And so this is an actual, it's like a farm where they're at, and they're close and nearby. So the event tomorrow is called the Pajama Jam. And so being held at the Villa de Palma exquisite home owned by Steve Saver. And it is really a great honor to be able to support and work with Cindy, who I'm going to bring on right now. That is the one that we are going to be giving so much kudos and credit and love in the world for doing what she's doing. And I think you have one of your little fur friends right there. Cindy, are you with us?
Can you see Minnie? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Thanks so much for joining me. I know that we met very briefly, but this is something that's near and dear to my heart. And some of the stories that you've told me, thank you so much for doing and making a difference for our fur friends. So tell me, Cindy, how did you get into this? And share a little bit more about how long it's been around and the efforts that you're putting into. And I mean, you're just a straight out animal lover. Look at that dog. For those of you that cannot see and that are listening on the radio, she has one of her dogs, and this one, what was the name of this dog?
Her name is Minnie Mouse. You see her little Mickey ears? On the back
my
of her?
goodness, she has a Mickey ear. She's white with a Mickey ear in dark colors, and she's missing her two front legs.
Yes, she's my baby, my Minnie Mouse.
My Minnie Mouse, I tell you, that's adorable, very precious. It's
Thank
so
you.
sweet. So tell me about what the iHeart, why am I saying this? Because I'm so emotional. The iHeart Animal Rescue. Tell me a little bit about that.
So it started in 2016. We named it iHeart Animal Rescue. We pretty much started pulling animals from the shelter, mainly a lot of emergency situations. And then we realized that we have to find a place that we can house some of these animals. So we got a ranch. David Wood is the one that had purchased a ranch, and we rent the ranch to save as many animals as we can. And that's in Southwest Ranches.
Southwest Ranches? And how many pets on the average is there?
We usually have about 12, but I still foster dogs and cats. It depends on how many fosters I have and how many dogs I have in foster.
So I know that you have been sharing with me that you'll get phone calls sometimes about, this poor puppy is about to maybe be put down or anything to that effect on, do you have a heart to bring it in?
Yes. So today we got a phone call from my girlfriend who's a police officer, a water situation. So we're trying to figure out a place where to put this dog. Dog has to go straight to the hospital.
Wow. And how are you getting your name or your word out there? And if others were okay, let me put it this way. If someone was encountering a situation where they need to find a home for this dog, or they've been injured and nobody wants him anymore, and they need to be nursed back to just being healthy and possibly even adopted again, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you or at the actual service and how they can get the animal placed?
Well, they can, they pretty much, they can go online and go under rescues, and then they can Google, to see what rescues can possibly take an animal. It's just so many people are always full. And, we try to open our doors, especially to emergencies. Anytime that we have $2,000 in the bank, my number one thing is to pull a dog with a broken limb. We probably did about 14 this year because I feel that they go to the shelters, they get hit by cars. If nobody pulls them, then they're going to be put to sleep. We just did one last week.
Wow. And did you say 14 in 1 month?
14 this year so far.
This year. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it is true. I mean, dogs can run out of the house or just roam free, and they get so frightened that I can
Most
see
of them do not. 90% of them do not have homes. They're on the street or they're left out in the street. So, Everglades or.
I mean, I've heard of the Everglades thing. I heard that's a spot where many of them are dropped off, and that just breaks my heart. However, one great thing that is happening, we are having an event tomorrow night, and it's called the Pajama Jam. Can we see the flyer one more time? And I'm excited. It's the first one that I'm doing at the Steve Savers home, which is turned into an exquisite place to have events of this nature. He has a very big heart and loves to do these kind of things.
Yeah, we're so happy and thankful to him.
Yes. So we actually have up here what the actual flyer looked like. So tomorrow we're experiencing at 7:30. All the proceeds will be benefiting this hard work of all the rescues that are occurring that Cindy is just managing every day. And I'm very, very happy that you're doing this. But I will want to say that tomorrow, the special thing about this, that we're calling it a Pajama Jam. So when you get together, you can we're still discussing what you're wearing, we're not sure, but you can either wear your favorite pajama or you can wear your sassiest pajama. Is that right?
Yes. Graffiti pajamas. You guys can dress like Hugh Hefner. Women can dress in lingerie. Anything goes, I guess.
Anything goes. Anything for our fur friends.
Yeah, definitely. And we still have tickets available at the door if you like, or you can do it online. And it's going to be so much fun. I think we have a section that we're going to do pillow fights. We have like a $2,500 necklace that's going to be auctioned off. It's going to be really fun.
So wait a minute. Let me
Dog
stage
bone.
this.
Dog bone diamond necklace.
Okay, but wait, we got to go back. I love the diamond necklace part, but let's go back to the pillow fight.
Pillow fights.
The pillow fight. So we're going to be having a pillow fight, all in the benefiting of our fur friends, and all in good fun, good clean fun. And so this pillow fight, this is going to be very interesting. How does one enter into the pillow fight?
Oh, I don't know. He said that he was going to be having a section where he was going to be having pillow fight. I got to make sure that he fully did that. Hold on one second. I'm getting my new friend. So this is a little 5-month-old.
Oh my goodness.
When people try to breed them, they get different situations like this, and her arm is.
Todd, get into the camera. We can't see it.
Yeah, let's have you
Can you
closer
see
to the
her?
camera so we could see that beauty.
Can you see Fendi? Her
Move
arms are born a little.
Move it to the
distorted.
left. There you go.
Her arms are born. They're short. The arms are short.
Well, no, it's distorted. Like a lot of people will take Frenchies and think that they can breed them, and they have to be bred through a certain, inseminated and C-section. And then you'll have a dog. She came out with both her arms. She really can't use one of them, and we're trying to figure out if we have to do surgery or. When we got her from this breeder place, she had pneumonia. It was $6,500, 10 days in oxygen at Jupiter Animal Hospital. Thank you guys for helping us.
So this is the kind
So
of
that's
work
why
that
we
she's
need to
doing.
do this. We
So
need
how
to
many
build out
dogs are you
this
getting?
ranch.
Say that again. I'm sorry. We broke up.
That's why we need to raise the money, because we're trying to build out more runs at the ranch. So we have 12 now, and we need more. We need sections and different things that we're building out.
Well, that was Frenchie. Is that what you named the dog?
Fendi.
Fendi. Oh, I like that. I like that. But their love is just as big and as great as any other. Whether they're not in a position of being in their best shape, but they still have all the love in the world. And I think that these animals that we have, you're breaking my heart. I'm gonna have to go get that dog. This is crazy.
I can see it.
And she's actually up for adoption, but it has to be a perfect home because she needs to go to therapy.
The perfect home.
And we don't know exactly what.
When you go in your pajamas, you take this little doggy with you, you'll be perfect.
Yes,
She's
of
going to be
course.
at the kissing booth. We're going to have a kissing booth, so she will be there tomorrow. She's the only
We're
dog
learning
that's
more
coming.
and more. For those of you that are not getting tickets and going, you're missing out. You're going to have a kissing booth with dogs. You're going to have a pillow fight. You get to wear your sassiest I was going to say underwear. Your sassiest PJs, or your most comfortable
Or your
ones.
pretty pajamas. You don't have to,
Whatever turns you or floats your boat. That's great. But all in good fun. I want you to once again, what is the website that anyone can go to go ahead and get tickets?
You can go to iHeartAnimalRescue.pet.
Okay. And
Or
if,
eBright. It's on eBright also.
On Facebook, okay. All right, and that's called the Pajama Jam. Now, if you can't make it and you just want to donate, that's just as important. That makes a big, big difference. So we have this little dog, the little Frenchie dog here that's giving her kisses. He's preparing for tomorrow. I could see it. The listeners that can't see this, it's just the most precious sight to see an animal give love like that, and of course to receive it. It's just fascinating. And again, thank you for the work that you're doing. But if you just want to do a donation, or even for that matter, look into adopting the dogs that are available. Once again, they can go to which website? Just repeat it for me once more.
iHeartAnimalRescue.pet. I can give my telephone number too if it's okay.
You can do that.
It's 954-709-7997. So if you have any kinds of emergencies, I get phone calls. I just got a phone call from the police station. There's a hoarder situation, like I said. Every day I get different situations. I help a lot of homeless people with their dogs, with food, get them shots every year, whatever I can do to help. So it's 954-709-7997, Cindy.
Thank you so much, Cindy, for the great work that you're doing.
Thank you.
I really hope that we reached a lot of people that were interested in wanting to either adopt, support, donate, or go to this event. It's going to be a lot of fun. Any event over at the house that this is going to be at is always an extravaganza. So I hope everything.
Come kiss 5-month-old.
You get this is the most adorable thing ever. So cute. Alrighty, well, thank you so much for being on here. It was very important. Happy Earth Day to you, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Yes.
Thank you
so
so
much. You can also sponsor a pet if you're interested. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for tuning in. Well, there you have it, folks. Another great story of charity work that's done. Our fur friends are just as important. They're helpless. They really are. They depend on us. So with that, thank you so much again. Hopefully I'll get to see you. If you want to send a message my way, you can go ahead and DM me, and that would be through PowerUpRadio_TV. Please go ahead and follow. It is a new page, and I really, really want to make it work with. We can have as many of our followers get as much information through the new page. With that said, everyone have a great week. Next week's show is going to be amazing. Make sure that you are tuning in, and it's about the work that we have of Blind, the Eyesight Challenge that is actually helping people improve their sports game by not using their senses such as sight. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Tune in. Have a great day, great night, great weekend, and thanks for tuning in.
Let's go!
You have been listening live to the one and only Timeless Denise as she helps you bring in your weekend with a smile. If you wish to contact Denise and be on the show, call us at 866-224-5422 or email Denise at poweredupradiotv.show and tell us how your business shapes up the weekend. Again, call us at 866-224-5422 and make your mess our message. Now that you are powered up, go get your